What up, Canadians, Brazilians, and Charmeleons? My name is A Walking Gamer, and today I'm going to talk about the rise and fall of, or sort of fall, of Call of Duty. Some people, a lot of people, would say that Call of Duty is dead, pretty much. My opinion is, it's not dead. It's going to be there in a few years if they don't change some stuff, but it's not dead. Because, it still sells millions and millions a year, but I'm going to, right now, go through probably the series from beginning point A to all the way to point Z to where it's at right now. And point A would be probably the first, I'm not really sure how many there were before COD 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, 20. But there were some at the beginning, but you don't really hear about them much. There were more there for the campaign and just kind of setting up that Call of Duty is a first-person shooter. There's guns, ponies, your mother, and yeah, it set it up as they are a contender for some of the best FPSs. And COD 2 had their multiplayer. I heard that's probably had one of the best multiplayers compared to the rest. Before that, COD 3's multiplayer was alright. I kind of played that some. I never played COD 2's multiplayer. I don't even have the game. I've only played the campaign a short amount. So I don't know a whole lot about the game. But after COD 3, COD 4 came out, and that is where Call of Duty kind of lifted off. It took off, and it brought FPSs into the scene of video games. The world, it was up to the stature of RPGs, MMOs, and they were now widely seen as a contender to be very good games, that is FPSs. And this is because of the fact COD 4 brought in the fact of perks, classes. Before, I don't know. Other games might have had classes and stuff, but regular FPSs, I don't think had custom classes. Halo didn't, I'm pretty sure. Battlefield, I don't think did. But Call of Duty 4 is the stature of where FPSs really came into the video game scene. It was one of the best. It is, in my opinion, the best Call of Duty, and one of the best games of all time, just because what it did for the FPS. And today, of course, you see they have better graphics, they have a lot of added stuff to it, but without COD 4, I'm not sure where FPSs would be right now. They may be completely dead, or maybe not. Maybe they would be better. Maybe COD would be better. I don't know, but COD 4 Modern Warfare had both everything. They had the campaign and the multiplayer, which is loved by a lot of people. And then World at War came along. This is probably one of the most overlooked video games, or I don't know video games, but Call of Duties of all time. Of all of them, I don't know, I'm saying all the time, but all the Call of Duties is probably the most overlooked one because of the fact it's a really good game. The only thing it gets kind of mentioned for is zombies. And the zombies is a big part. That's where zombies came alive in Call of Duty, and that's pretty much where it risen from then on to now. It's become some big part of the game. It was first like a kind of like Spec Ops in the other MW2, but this actually kind of has its own part of the game now. Black Ops 2 is not just multiplayer campaign. It is actually more the zombies, then multiplayer, then campaign for some people. Some people's multiplayer, zombies, and campaign. But and that became a big part of the game. Even though Infinity Ward might not be playing on that, Treyarch has. They've built that up really strong, and that's not the problem with Call of Duty today. But get back into the multiplayer side of it. The multiplayer was really good. It was pretty much balanced completely, other than the MP40, which everybody knows it's like the FAMAS and Black Ops. It's the only thing really wrong or out of balance with the rest of the game. The rest of the game in World at War is really balanced. It's just MP40 just kind of outshined all the other games, just like the FAMAS and Black Ops. And the game also can be seen as more of a reskin of COD 4. There wasn't a whole lot new. They had tanks which were overpowered. They had ginormous maps. That's something that's really different. That's not where Call of Duty's based its name on. Is they haven't built it on big maps. That's more Battlefield. But still, it's kind of a nice change from Infinity Ward, who has had close quarters maps as Call of Duty, and then this one has big maps, which is kind of cool. You have a better chance for sniping, and the multiplayer is really good. It's just not like a ton of advancements. They kept the same class system, not a whole lot of new perks. And yeah, the kill streaks were the same, and it's a really good game. It's just nothing that really advanced it. But then MW2 came along, which they made, believe me, they made a lot of advancements. Graphics were better. Kill streaks were different. They added the nuke. They added a bunch of different perks. They added pro perks. They added different guns. They added a whole lot of stuff. But maybe they added too much. Maybe I know you need advancement in a game, but I don't think they even looked at this. They didn't check for balancing errors really for some odd reason. I know that COD 4 had their sort of balancing errors. COD 4 is not the most balanced in the world, but it's pretty decently balanced. That's why it's probably one of the best too. But MW2 is so poorly balanced. It's just you can own somebody with a completely different class. You don't even have to be good at the game. If you say you're using an AK and then somebody else is using an ACR, no matter how good, is almost always gonna win. Because that thing shoots like a laser. AK is a really good gun in the game, but it doesn't match the power, or not the power, match the accuracy what you would have with the ACR. And, they added a bunch of perks that didn't fit. Commando, good lord, what are you thinking? One-man army, what are you thinking? The thing that made explosives even freaking stronger. What are you thinking? They did not test this game. They should have. Maybe they had a beta for it or alpha for it somewhere. They tested it out. I don't know, but surely they should have done it. Had people play it, because I mean, quick scoping. I really don't think they expected quick scoping to come out of the game. They really weren't. They created a bunch of bad stuff, and then very, very few bad things. I mean, the kill streaks, yeah, they advanced the kill streaks, which are good, but gameplay mechanics, they kind of ruined it there. The gameplay mechanics weren't exactly great on their part, because I mean, it felt smooth, it moved great, but it just had so much BS we weren't expecting. Freaking who came up with the idea of death streaks? What the hell? Who came up with death streaks? That is one of the worst ideas I've ever heard. It's like saying, you suck, here you go, have a happy birthday present in your Happy Meal. What the hell? Why would you do that? God, Painkiller. If you're gonna do this, if you're gonna do death streaks, do something that doesn't affect anybody but them. Because Painkiller, God, that is one of the most hated things in the game. They kept in, they added Last Stand in there, they had Martyrdom for those, they had some other stuff. The one where you steal the other person's class, that is a perfectly fine one. Have fun with my class. I really don't care. You can shove that class up your ass and get a nuke with it. I really don't care. As long as it doesn't affect me as a player. That death streak was perfectly fine. The rest were completely out of whack. And Infinity Ward didn't even learn this. In MW3, they brought him back and made him even worse. But the nuke was kind of poorly thought of. It's a great idea, but what if it's annoying. But they fixed that in MW3. That's the Moab in that game's how it should have been. Because the nuke truly in MW2 just kind of promoted camping a ton. Because all you had to do is get a Harrier. Get the Harrier. You go sit in a corner, let that get you 4 kills. You get your chopper gun or AC-130. You get maybe 14, 15 kills, then you just go out. If you don't get the nuke, then you just go out and get 2 more kills. And you have a nuke. That just promotes camping a whole lot and makes the game slower and makes the game... A lot of people, it just made them mad. It just really pissed people off. And that's where it started going downhill. After the first 2 months, truly, the game was amazing. I probably had most fun I have had with a game in MW2 the first 2 months. And probably this game, truly, for how much I hate it, is I've had the most fun with out of all the games, just because I had a ton of people playing at the time. That's when this game was at its highest point, truly. There's tons and tons of people. I see right now, if I look at my friends, there's probably maybe 12, 13 friends online. There's like maybe 2, 3 people playing Black Ops 2. Back then, you saw there's like 15 people. Sure, I made a lot of friends on the game, like MW2. I made a lot of friends on that game, but still, now most of my friends right now are from Black Ops 2 or older CODs. But if you played MW2 and you were online on Xbox, everybody was playing that game. 90% of your friends were playing MW2. That's good. That's great. But that's the down point of the game. That's when the game also went down. It reached its highest point and went down. It started truly with, after about 2 months, I can't remember when this the cheat came out. But when people started doing the care package glitch where you could run around really fast and then you could get tons of care packages for free too, and it took them like 2 or 3 months to fix it. The support for this game was horrific. I don't know why Infinity Ward just fell off the ball in this game. Actually, I think it was they were having business problems at the time. That's why, and they just didn't really care. I think were focused on more their business model and watching the money roll in. That they really didn't care, which is so sad. It's like you almost wish the game didn't get as big as it was. And that's kind of where I am right now. I wish the game didn't get as big as it was. Because usually mainstream stuff, that's when stuff starts to go down. Music, shows, the bigger they get, the worse they get usually. And this is kind of where it went here. But I'll get into it later. But MW2, after that, people started finding all the glitches. They found, this isn't a glitch. But, the one-man army and the grenade launcher and all that crap, they never fixed, and then they added then a lot of the perks added on to this frustration. They had commando, you jumped 100 feet to knife somebody. Quick scoping truly is overpowered. It got me annoyed. I mean, it's cool and have fun with it, but when you get ripped on for hard scoping or just sniping regularly, it kind of gets annoying, and then everybody's doing it too. Everybody's quick scoping it, gets annoying. Then there is the fact that everybody, like I said, noob tube, and then they added the perk in where it made noob tubes even freaking stronger, and it's just annoying that they did that. And that's pretty much where the game started going downhill. It's a great game, but it created an atmosphere for the next game that kind of really made people not want to play COD as much after that. Or it kind of, Black Ops became a very safe game. So I'll talk about more in the second part of this. I didn't really know how long this would be, but apparently it's pretty long. So if you enjoyed this, then please punch that like button with your fist. If you'd like to see more, then please punch that subscribe button. If you'd like to be part of the Walking Gamers community, then please subscribe. Also, I will see y'all later. Enjoy the music in this next part. I will see you later in 2 weeks probably. Adios. What up, Canadians, Brazilians, Charmeleons? My name is The Walking Gamer, and I'm coming to get some more Hunger Games. Alrighty, well, another map. I have no clue where the fuck I am. Okay.